Hey everyone, welcome back to the CopQuest YouTube channel. My name is David. I'm the manager of agency sales, and today we're going to be talking about a workhorse from our friends over at Streamlight, and that is the Streamlight TLR-1 HL and the brand new workhorse, the TLR-1 HL-X. So stay tuned, let's compare them and get into the meat and potatoes. So in front of me I have three of them, and the reason being is we've got the standard TLR-1, which output is going to be 300 lumens. So this is a great workhorse, and not knocking it. It's a great base model. I actually have one of these on one of my firearms, so not bad. Then moving on, this is the TLR-1 HL. So the HL stands for high lumen. So this particular TLR-1 HL puts out 1,000 lumens. So that's a huge jump from the 300 that the standard TLR-1 puts out. Okay, then the last one is the brand new TLR-1 HL-X. So the X means that this is a multi-fuel rechargeable light. So you can get this one with two rechargeable CR123 batteries. And with the two rechargeable CR123 batteries, this output is 1,500 lumens. Phenomenal output. But let's say your batteries die, you lose them, whatever happens, and you need to quickly put in some non-rechargeable CR123s, which you can do that with this. You unfortunately drop it down to 1,000 lumens. Still phenomenal output, so the same as the 1 HL. Then, if you are done recharging your batteries, you buy more, whatever the instance may be, throw these back in, and you're now back up to 1,500 lumens. Phenomenal option, being that it's a multi-fuel. So I actually have all three of these lights on different firearms, so I'm actually a user of these lights. I'm just going to use the standard TLR-1 because the TLR-1 and the 1 HL load the same. The 1 HL-X loads differently with a new design, so we'll do that in a moment. Anyway, so for the 1 and the 1 HL, you have to remove the light from the firearm. Then on the back here, there's this tab. You'll push this up and back, which will then push this door out. Then from the bottom, you're going to want to gently push up because there is a lip in here with a tab that will catch it. All right, I'm going to take out the instructional piece that I should have done before filming, but nonetheless, going to keep going. Now, the batteries, so the non-rechargeable CR123s, you may be going, well, how do I know which direction to put them in? Streamlight puts it on the side here. So on the left side of the light, the positive is going to be facing the rear. Then on the right side, the positive is going to be facing the emitter. Okay, so we'll put that in. And then to close, you're going to take your door, come back, and angle this in. Try and do this so you guys can see it. Angle that in, and then you'll push this top piece in and close the latch. Let's show you, because the key feature that I want to demonstrate with loading the batteries with the 1 HL-X is you don't actually have to remove this light from the firearm. So I'm actually going to show you with a P320 red gun. All right, so first thing is a nickel. You guys might be going, what's with the nickel? The nickel is the perfect size to undo the latching screw here. So we're going to unscrew that a little bit so that we can get the rail clamps over the 1913 Picatinny rail. There we go. So then you're going to push the lever in, which will open up the right side of the clamp, which will then allow you to slide the light onto your firearm, and then take your nickel and tighten this back down. There we go. So now, with it loaded or attached to your firearm, make sure your firearm is unloaded. That's a key thing. You want to be safe when you're doing this. So, you know, drop the mag, rack it back, check that the chamber is clear, all the fun stuff. What I'm going to do is push this button on the left side, which then will release the lever on the right side. So we'll do that, which then will allow me to open the trap door. I can pull my batteries out, or I can load new ones in. So let's put these back in. There we go. We're going to close this, rotate the lever back. It is locked into place, and we are good to go now. So you no longer have to remove your light with the TLR-1 HL-X to change the batteries. All right, let's talk about how you activate the lights. So the TLR-1 and the TLR-1 HL are going to be the same. They both use a toggle switch on the back. So you can move it side to side to do momentary on or constant on. All right, so if you're going up with your right index, it's momentary on. Go down with your right index, it'll be constant on. With your left index, down will be momentary, up will be constant on. Okay. With the TLR-1, there is no strobe function. For that, you would have to get the TLR-1S, which still made, not super popular, but that is an option if that's something that you wanted. Whereas the TLR-1 HL, that does have a strobe function built in. And so what you would do is you would bump up twice with it to turn on the strobe function. All right. Then the TLR-1 HL-X. So not only did Streamlight update how the batteries are loaded, they also updated how the light is activated. So no longer do you have the toggle switch where you're going side to side, you have buttons that you push. So quick press for a momentary on, and then if you want it to stay on, do a double press rapidly within like a quarter of a second for it to stay on. All right. There is a strobe function built into this light, but it comes from the factory locked out or disabled, however you would like to call it. If you would like to activate that, there are instructions that come in the packaging on how to activate that. But truthfully, a lot of people are going away from strobe just because it's not as popular and not really needed. So it's smart that Streamlight is shipping these with that feature included, but locked out. All right, let's talk about how the lights are attached to the firearm and retained onto the firearm. So Streamlight calls them keys. All right, so on the TLR-1 and the TLR-1 HL, they're going to be tiny keys up here in the front. To change them, you'll use the included hex key that will undo this screw here. This screw will come out, which will free the passive key that is held in here. There's a nut that will go inside of this that will then retain the screw when you put it back in here. It will come with a couple of other keys. The TLR-1 HL comes standard with a 1913. Let's see if I can. So it'll tell you right here on the top what it's meant for. So it'll have a 1913 key already installed. This is phenomenal because this will work for a majority of firearms. If you have a SIG Sauer P320, there's actually a separate key that is marked 320 on here. There's also one for Beretta. There's one that's marked GL for Glock and similar clones. And then there's one for a Smith & Wesson that isn't as popular, but it's still included. That way, if you're using that setup, you can use your light. The TLR-1 HL-X, on the other hand, the way that this key works, it's a considerably larger key. And to change the key, you're gonna actually have to remove the screw here that holds everything together. To do that, there is a there's a washer in here. Might be a little hard to see. It's like a little C-clamp, basically. So you have to pull that clamp off so that you're able to remove this pin, which then you can pull this key off. It comes with the 1913-1 key, which will work for a majority of things, unless you have a 6-hour P320, which then you need the 1913-2, which is also included in the packaging, along with a couple of other keys. It's a quick change. It took me probably a couple minutes to change mine out to the 1913-2 because I use a P320, so I had to change that out so I got a proper fit. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed our informational video on the Streamlight TLR-1 HL and the new 1 HL-X. If you're interested in picking up either for yourself, the links are going to be down below. Then if you could, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because we love putting out great content for you. Be safe and talk to you later.